Greetings, collective. It's me, Senpai Swani, and thank you for joining me in another of our Tokyo sessions. A safe place for us to heal together, learn together, ascend together. We have to trust that the universe is on our side and has entrusted us with the freedom, the power, and authority to help bring the divine vision to life. Take your place as co-creator with confidence. Allow what resonates, but if it does not apply, let it fly. You are the gatekeeper. Create love, create beauty, create greatness. Okay, so I know I didn't say that intro with my usual vigor. Um, I guess, I'm having me another shadow moment. I guess that's what it would be. I won't even say shadow. Like right now, I have a couple blocked chakras. This video, I can't say that I'll do a tarot reading. I don't necessarily feel like doing a tarot reading right now. On top of that, I kind of deleted a couple of my last few readings. Really, I had me a moment last night where I was going to like just delete my channel altogether. Like, I don't know, there's some people who I guess I'm getting genuine views, but then there's other people I recognize that are like watching my videos in secret. Weird people. I can't even say weird people on the internet. Weird people from my life who just like insist on being weird in my life. Whatever. Like I say, I'm kind of annoyed today. I deleted the videos also because I don't want to keep doing like these love readings. What is it about tarot? And it's like all you get from it is love. And this person wants to be with you and these people envy you and da da da. Is that what it's for? I don't want to do that. I'd rather us have these talks if that's the case and just kind of sort through some things. And baby, it's amazing I'm in this place with you. I just can't crack your code. That song is so in my head. I don't even have it on my playlist. Maybe I should add it to my playlist. I think when I sing that song, it's not me singing it to like a lover. It's me, in a sense, singing it to divine. Because it's like, I know I have my idea of certain things, like sources within us. But then, like, there's so many other aspects to explore. Sometimes I watch videos and they're talking about the planets and the movements and rules of the universe. You have some people who say, they're star seeds and they come from these galaxies and things like that. And no shade to that because, what was it? I wrote it down here from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. And it was something that intrigued me. He says, far in a past time, lost in a space time, the children of light looked down on the world, seeing the children of men in their bondage, bound by the force that came from beyond. Knew they that only by freedom from bondage could man ever rise from the earth to the sun. Down they descended and created bodies, taking the resemblance of men as their own. The masters of everything said, after their forming, we are they who were formed from the space dust, partaking of life from the infinite all, living in the world as children of men, like and yet unlike the children of men. And I resonate with that. I really do. But it's like, it's frustrating because these children of men will make you want to like slap a bitch. These children of men really do make you want to go Luigi. And Lord knows I be trying to stay in my Mario. Anyway, when I do kind of start feeling like this, depending on, what chakras are blocked, how I'm feeling, and things like that, um, I chant. And I recognize that I'm angry. So it would be good to chant. Let me see here. Mani Padme Hum. That chant is to seek the blessings of, I don't know, Chenrezig, a famous Buddhist. He's also known for his compassion of nature. This mantra seeks to cultivate compassion and invoke universal sound with the ultimate goal of enlightenment, love, and peace. So it helps you cultivate compassion and peace and provides peace and enlightenment. So I'll try, or not even try, but I'll start with that there. I'm going to do a little chanting here. When you use mala beads, it's because, like, you should chant things 108 times. You put your index fingers up and make sure that they don't touch the beads, because your index fingers represent ego. And I've been trying to kind of like put my ego aside and, like, okay, recognize that, like, certain things of how I feel are ego. It's like I have to I've already pretty much made a difficult choice. Um, and I don't know, my heart chakra itself will probably have to remain blocked for a little bit until I can figure out how to come to peace with the decision that I made. So I'm going to take my time, guys, and I'm going to chant. Like I say, this video isn't a tarot reading, so if that's what you're looking for, if you need some confirmation of love, there's so many other people talking about how some guy loves you or how some woman loves you, or go find one of my previous videos. I don't know. But this here, it starts with we know that is the universal sound, essentially, of creation. I always picture in primordial times, pretty much at the creation of even the universe, everything was dark, everything was black. It was like being down in the deep, deep, deep ocean. Understand that when you get down into the ocean, when you go get low enough, it's completely dark because light can no longer penetrate into those depths. So it really is just dark. And it's like somewhere within those depths, there was something that consciousness essentially recognized itself. And if you've ever, there's a quantum physical theory, I'll call it, I forgot what it's called right now, that says the present actually dictates the past. And as I explained it to my daughter once, it's like you picture light traveling, and it's not until the light notices itself that everything before actually comes into existence, like the direction that it was traveling, the speed that it was traveling. It just was until it became aware of itself. And then you see, okay, it was in this direction, like I said, again, in this speed and things like that. So when its consciousness realized itself, it's like it made a sound. Um, and it's like first came consciousness, then came sound, then came light. And baby, it's amazing I'm in this place with you. I just can't crack your code. some people, they always think Genesis is the beginning. And, God just was. There was no God came into existence. God just was existence. And he decided to make Adam and then Eve. And then it's like, people take the story and they try to bend it in a way that it makes sense with them. Oh, the apple wasn't an actual apple. The apple was, man and woman mating, or, it was this, it was that, or whatnot. I just can't crack you cold. Let's chant some. Mani Padme Hum. 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 I wonder when people went through their enlightenment, I guess they say that when you actually hit that crevice, that life itself just kind of flips upside down. If you're not one of the weirdos that's just watching me from the shadows, I'd love if you guys could drop in the comments, how did post enlightenment life flipped upside down? It feels like people keep trying to, people just and not people on the internet, these are people in real life. That's what's crazy about it, because it's like y'all really don't get that. I will knock. Oh gosh. Mani Padme Hum. 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 I don't want to be low vibe. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be violent. Mani Padme Hum. 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 There's real life people out here who think that because they have this job and they have that authority, they have the right to come into your life and just fuck with you. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. I don't want to do that. Mani Padme Hum. Just let me be. Let me be. Let me be. Mani Padme Hum. 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 I've been trying to go outside, walk on the grass barefoot, ground myself. I've been trying to make videos because it's if I don't, I'll sit and the thoughts will start like egging me on, egging me on. And it's like we have to remember that even, our simplest thoughts, we have to always remember that our thoughts are shaping our reality. And I'm trying so hard not to let these thoughts shape my reality. And I don't understand how, at any point, this reality and what's going on. Mani Padme Hum, like how any of this is going on in my life. I just can't crack your code. Mani Padme Hum. 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 I appreciate the Buddhas, uh, Bodhissatva, I believe it's called, and like Hinduism and things. When you study the cube of space, like there's pretty much faces to the cube, and each face has, let me think, 5 cards essentially, from the major arcana that you have to go through the phase. One of the final faces on the cube of space, well, not final, but before you go into your reincarnations or whatnot, you come across the east face, and then you have a choice whether you want to go into the deeper knowledges and become masters of, say, light and dark, or if you're willing to reincarnate to help other souls ascend. And that's why people are, or not even people, but that's why religions, say Catholicism, for example, have saints. And like I say, Bodhisattvas and things like that. These are people who made the choice to reincarnate so that they be able to share their knowledge, share, their experiences with others, so that again they can break the bondage, break out of bondage. And as I say, this chant is to Chenrezig, who decided to reincarnate, and ultimately is a Bodhisattva who will help you invoke compassion. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. They're better than me because Lord knows I do, like, excuse my language, but F everybody. Like, yo, I wonder if I've ever reincarnated because, like, I still have to fully, I guess so, fully understand the Most High, Divine collection. Or if, I really did decide to, like, come here and be this soldier essentially for divine, so that we could help bring everyone back into the conscious collection. And it's so hard to imagine that I would have volunteered to come back to this shit. Mani Padme Hum. 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 And baby, it's amazing I'm in this place with you. I just can't crack your code. One day you say you love me like, the next day you're so cold. One day you're here, one day you're there. It's so unfair. Mani Padme Hum. 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 I release this negativity that insisted and persisted in pursuing my life. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. I'm going to turn the other cheek, but shield it so I don't catch a case seriously. Mani Padme Hum. I'm going to walk away from my enemies. One of the major arcana cards, Strength, you see a woman with a lion. And so many people look at the card, and because it says Strength, they interpret it as brute strength. The woman is prying open the mouth of the lion, and they take it as you need to be strong. But if you really look at the card, to pry something open, you have to like kind of get your fingers in it, right? If you look at the card, let me see here. Let me notch this for a second. If I can, hopefully that sticks. And pull up the card so I can show you. If you really look at the card, like her fingers aren't like say in the lion's mouth trying to like pry his mouth open. She actually has a hand on the top of his mouth and a hand on the bottom of his mouth. And what she's doing is she's actually shutting his mouth. Here it is. She's actually shutting his mouth closed. Okay. She's actually closing his mouth. Because this strength card is about compassion. And it's showing compassion. The lion represents the world. So you have the world that will like, if you're not careful, just like this lion here, the world will fucking eat you. Alive and all, the world will eat you. But what you do is you shut it up by being compassionate. When people talk about you, you keep it moving. When people come against you, you keep it moving. And that takes so much more strength than, for example, going back to the card, prying the lion's mouth open. It's not like this lion is trying to shut his mouth. The lion already wants to open up his mouth, if not to eat her, to roar, to do things. So prying it open wouldn't take much strength. But closing his mouth, you might have to put some muscle into that. Dear Divine, I ask for strength. Mani Padme Hum. I ask for the compassion that's needed. Mani Padme Hum, to shut this world away. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. And it's like to have that much compassion despite how like the world comes at you, how people come at you, how they tempt you and bait you and things like that. You really do have to have like a connection to divine. And that's why you see that lambskin above her head, because it's like you look, okay, whatever it takes, if it's chanting, if it's pranayama, which is breath work, whatever it is for you. I find everyone has just like their own version of God, divine, divinity. And even people who I kind of went on, like I said, my soapbox rant about how people objectify God like he's this palpable being up in the sky somewhere. Even if it's that for you, whatever it is for you, if Jesus is God for you and you just worship Jesus, whatever it is, ultimately, no one has to answer to that God but you. You can't make other people accountable for what you say your God demands. Mani Padme Hum. But I will say there are a whole lot of people not servicing a higher power. And they don't even realize just who it is that they're working for. They don't even realize it. They don't even realize the bondage that they're in. They're so caught up in this world. Mani Padme Hum. 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 When I chant, there's still kind of like an inner monologue going on, because I am speaking to the divine within me. And I really am like just asking, please, not just give me the compassion, give me the strength to get through this. Give me the strength to not do something stupid. And I know, if I give way to anything low vibrational, it'll just be stupid of me. Mani Padme Hum. And I can't help feeling that there's people who that's what they want. And that's so weird to me to like want to, like I say, there's people who they're not in the light and they're not of service to the light. Some people know it, and then there's some people who don't even know it. It's like that Iniko song. You really think you understand, but you're so fucking arrogant to even think you understand. Mani Padme Hum. 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 We got a few more here and we'll have done it 108 times. Mani Padme Hum. 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 Last one. Mani Padme Hum. All right, and I'm going to close this one out. Collective, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for joining me in this journey. I hope this helped you as much as it helped me. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to come back to this video if you should ever find your root chakra blocked, if you should ever find your solar plexus, even your sacral chakras blocked. If you should find your heart chakra blocked. Thank you. Above everything else, make sure that you remain safe, happy, easy. Be safe, be happy, be 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 easy. You are co-creator. Okay? Fight these demons, essentially, who want to get in your head and have you go against the divine vision that we are all here to create on this new earth. I love you so much. I release you with so much love. We've already hit the Senpai Swani out.